Hey, good evening. Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, live with StreamYard. Yeah, I'm surprised that live with StreamYard came up. That usually doesn't come up here. We'll just put our brand up here instead. Oh, that's strange that's doing that. Oh, well, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll just get rid of it. There we go. Okay, takes me a few minutes to get started here, to get geared up, always. As you notice in the very beginning, I didn't even have my banner up and my information up. And you probably just saw me moving, trying to gear up and get ready to come to you, to talk to you, to step into your life, to give you tools and hope and encouragement as you go through the trauma of divorce. I realize all of you are at different stages. Some of you have just found out that you're going through divorce and you are bewildered, you're hurting, you're raw. Some of you have been on this journey for some time, but you're in the middle. You are dealing with the divorce process, you're dealing with attorneys, you're talking about mediation, you're talking about quadros and all this information that you have never heard of, or dealt with before. Some of you are after the divorce, but you're still dealing with a lot of the issues, or you're trying to begin to redesign and to build your life. All of you, I welcome, and all of you can be susceptible to our topic tonight. But before we get into our topic, couple of announcements. First of all, of course, ask your questions. I so long for this to be a conversation, realizing this is broadcast into the private group and also into the public page, Divorce Support Anonymous. So just be aware of that. But I would love to have your comments and your questions. And you can certainly text me if you have a question, or give me a call. You can do that as well. Couple of announcements if you're in the Grand Rapids area. We do have a support group starting September 14th in Ada, which is a little community outside of Grand Rapids. And we'll start that at 6:30 and go till 8:30. Childcare is not provided, but I encourage you, if you're in this area, to come and meet with us in a group. Also, if that doesn't work for you, maybe you're not in the Grand Rapids area, but you still long for that support and really want to be anonymous, then a Zoom support group is what's for you. So we're going to come together the first night and then decide what time we want to have it. I like to have it about 9 o'clock because many of you have small children and they can be put in bed and you can still get the support you need and you don't have to travel. So there are lots of advantages. Plus you can be anywhere. I've had some folks recently from Australia and from Kenya request to come into the private support group. So if you need, I'm sorry, the group on Facebook, the private group, and certainly there are many different places represented on page. But if you long to come to a small, intimate support group and work through all of the issues that you need to deal with in divorce, we can do that. Start September 15th. And you can just send me a request through Facebook or through my website, however you would need to like to get in touch with me, and we will get you started on that process. Let's get this healing started. It's one of my taglines. I can't wait to do that with you because divorce is messy, it's chaotic, it's painful, it's raw, it's confusing, the list goes on. Tonight, we're going to talk about an interesting topic. I think they're all interesting. Losing control of my divorce, how not to. Now, losing control can be interpreted many different ways. It could be going bonkers and losing control, which is part of what we'll talk about tonight. But really is, how do we get control? How do we gain control in this land, in this area that we have never been before? And we feel so out of control. And one of the reasons is because decisions have been made without your consent. If your spouse decided on divorce, or even if you decided on divorce, you find yourself in an arena of places that you cannot control. It's a slower process than what you wish it would be. Hello. Got a greeting there from, I don't have my glasses on, because I could put them on to pronounce your beautiful name. Wow. Auroraline. How nice. Nice to have you with us. Thank you for joining us tonight. Love the comments. Love to know where people are from, watching in as well. So, but back to the topic, a lot of decisions are made without your consent. And that's a tough journey. That's a tough place to be. I didn't decide for this divorce. And if you did decide for this divorce, I didn't decide all these things had to had to happen. All of a sudden, all these entities are jumping into my business. It kind of feels like somebody's going through my panty drawer, and I don't like it. I feel invaded. I feel like my privacy. I feel like these decisions are made. Now I have to go to court. I've never been to court before. Now I have to hire an attorney. I've never had an attorney before. There are decisions that have been made without my consent, and I am left in this land of muck and mire to survive. And that's one of the reasons why we need to get a grip, get a handle, get control of what we're going through. Now, we have a couple of choices here. We can simply give up. It's too hard. It's too painful. I don't know what I'm doing. Go ahead. Let him have it. Let her have it. You can't do that. Some of you, and I've seen some of you in mediation, who simply just want to give up, to get over the pain, to let go, to speed up the process. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have more strength in you than you realize. And that's why you need your support and why you need your experts alongside of you. That's why you need a divorce coach. That's why you need help. So one of the decisions is I can give up. I can give up on trying to fight for my children. I can give up on the finances or the retirement. No, it's not a choice to give up. It's not a choice. So, but it is one of those. Pompano Beach, Florida. Good to know where you're from. Thank you for jumping in. So we can give up, or we can fight for the wrong things. We can fight in areas that we're never going to win. That's why we need the experts. That's why we need the support. I'm going to fight for my kids, and I'm going to take my kids away from my spouse. Well, you don't have that option unless there's abuse there. So you might be fighting against the wrong things. I'm going to fight the system. Well, you have to go through the legal system for divorce. I'm going to deny it. I'm going to put it off. Well, then you're hurting yourself. So you have to make sure that you're not fighting in the wrong areas, that you put all of your energy in fighting for the right areas. The right areas. What are those right areas? Those right areas, number one is prayer. That we ask for the wisdom and strength to get through this very, very difficult journey. Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength, will mount up with wings of eagles, will run and not get tired, will walk and not become weary. Isaiah 40:31. Those who wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord. How do you do that in all this confusion? You pray, you go into the book of Proverbs, you go into the book of Psalms, you read through them, you ask God for wisdom and strength and discernment to focus on the right areas. You don't fight for all the little things in your house. You fight for what's right for the children. You fight for what you need to survive as you move forward. So one thing you must do is learn to fight for the right things. Number 2, the question to keep us on course when we're struggling on trying to decide where to take our energy and what to use our energy on. Ask the question, what can I control here? What can I control? It will keep you sane by asking that question. Can you control the time when your spouse is with the children? No. Can you control what other people are thinking and saying? No. What can you control? You can control yourself, your self-care, the experts, the people you put around you, that you can control. Your mindset, how you choose your time. You don't have energy for anything else. What can I control? I can control what's good for me, what's good for my children. I can control what experts I get beside me, the support group, the attorney, the therapist, all those experts that I need to help me get through the divorce. That's what I can control. Within what I can control are choices that I can make. That is what keeps us sane going through divorce. Make sense? Hope it makes sense. Yeah, child support for your son. That is certainly something that you need to be fighting for. Absolutely, because you need that for your son. So that's the question. What can I control? What are the choices that I have? I have to find those areas that I have choice. Child support for my son, that's something I'm going to work on. That's something I'm going to work toward. I'm going to find out what I need to know. I'm going to get the support that I need to know to help me figure out what I need personally, what I need to survive after the divorce, and also what the court, what friend of the court is going to allow for me to get, what the system is going to allow me to get. So I hope that's helpful because it's just so very important. What are you forcing? Again, what are those areas that you're trying to make work that aren't going to work? What are you spending your energy on? What are you trying to force to fit? Are you forcing, trying to get control of your child when they're with their other parent? Don't do it. You don't have the energy for it. You can fight the system in that you don't have to go to court to get your divorce. You can go through mediation. You can be peaceful and cooperative. Doesn't mean surrender everything, but you can be peaceful and cooperative so your divorce can get done sooner and progress correctly so you don't lose more than you have to lose. And realize you can't go through this alone. Don't force the fact, I'm going to be stubborn and determined. I'm going through this alone. I'm not sharing any of my heartache. I'm not sharing in any of my pain. What are you doing for yourself? You're setting yourself up for failure. You're not helping yourself. And the final one that I want to ask you is, where are you standing in your power and authority? You have power and authority. You are the mother or you are the father of that child. You are entitled to 50% of the assets and also the debts and the value of the home and the retirement. You're entitled to that. So that's something to stand in that authority and that power. Again, prayer, asking, standing in the power that God has for you, for the strength, for the wisdom, for the knowledge, for the discernment. Stand in that authority of God. Stand in your rights, stand within the law. The law is there to protect us. It's not perfect, it doesn't always work, but it's there. It's there, a system to work through. You could stand on the authority of knowledge. You can stand on your authority, the ability to ask for help. Oh, I can so relate to what you say. I need to get it done as fast as I can. Well, what happens typically is that in Michigan, laws are different in every state. And sometimes they're different in every county. If you have a child, it'll be 6 months before your divorce is complete. If it's not, if you don't have children or minor children, it could be 90 days. I used to give all the power away, and the moment I stand up, then it all goes left. But at the same time, I prayed to get in my authority. Absolutely. Pray to get in your authority. You are the mother of this child. There are laws to protect you. There are experts that can help you. Just realizing where to spend your energy. Where do I spend my energy? Not in areas that don't help you progress, not in places that are not going to get you further, get you through this divorce. You're not going to spend your time fighting over little stuff, salt and pepper shaker, contents of the home that can't be replaced. So just decide, where do I stand in my authority? What's worth fighting for? What do I spend my energy on? How am I protecting and caring for myself and my future, and also caring and protecting the future of my children? Those are the places where we do not want to lose control. And I have seen people willingly give up their power and authority over their children, over their retirement, over their finances, because they didn't know how to do this process. They didn't know how to stand up for themselves. They didn't know how to negotiate. Those are skills that you can learn, and you will learn if you're open to learning and getting the sources that you need, the resources. Put my life on hold to help us build a trucking business. Now that it's going well, it's no longer my harvest. Okay, so that season has passed. I love that you use the word harvest, actually, because I use the term season a lot, because our life is composed of seasons, and that marriage season is now over. So now we're stepping into a very messy transition called a divorce into the next season of our life. And the choices that we make right now are going to determine how well we do that and how well we move forward. So, losing control of your divorce can be something that happens, but it doesn't have to. Because you need to know where your authority lies, where to focus your energy, and get busy about the business of getting through this divorce for you and your children, if you have them. Hope that's been of help. I know there's a lot there to digest, but I want you to get I don't want you to lose control. I want you to focus your time and energy in the right places, support experts, have a strategy. All of that, you can do this. I know you can, because I've seen over the past 15 years hundreds of people who do it and do it well. But you can't do it alone. Kathy Beatty, Divorce Support Anonymous.